Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina istafa amma ba'd. So, I wanted to highlight a couple of things. I did mention it informally after iftar one night. See, we need to understand a couple of things. Number one is that our maqsad to come here is to get our Islah done, right? So that we all become human beings. That's the goal. इसलिए हम आए सब लोग इंसान बन जाए. And we are, इस तरह हज़रत मौलाना सज्जाद साहब said that, हज़रत मौलाना शफरी थानवी साहब रहमतुल्लाह अलैह used to say कि किसी को कुतब बनना हो, अब्दाल बनना हो तो कहीं और जाए, जिसको इंसान बनना हो तो इधर आए. Right? We are not here to become kutab and abdals. We are here to become simple insan, human being. If that's our maqsad, that's the goal. So, to become human, we need different ingredients that we need to put in order to become the product of a human being. One ingredient is zikr. Zikr is absolute necessity. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has numerous number of times has mentioned about people who do zikr, standing, sitting, laying down, in the markets, on their beds. تَتَجَافَى جُنُوبُهُمْ عَنِ الْمَضَاجِعِ, that they leave their beds, in that state of awe and state of love of Allah Ta'ala, stand in front of Allah, pray at night, make dua, do zikr, قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ. Right? So, وَذَاكِرِينَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا وَذَاكِرَاتٍ. And also, interestingly, wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, talked about zikr, Allah Ta'ala has also used the word, adjective of kasir. Yani Allah Ta'ala wants that we do a lot of zikr of His. Because zikr takes it out of the state of ghaflat. Zikr is the opposite of ghaflat. So, in order to become human, we have to come out of heedlessness. We have to come out of the state of heedlessness and we have to become people of zikr. So that's absolute necessary to become a human being. A true human being. See, so first thing first, please, everybody, ma'mulat have been given to you. The reason I'm talking about this today is for two reasons. Number one is that some people are leaving today. I wanted to highlight this before people leave. That please do your ma'mulat. Seriously, spend some time in your ma'mulat, especially muraqabah. Spend some good time in your muraqabah. Whichever lesson you are on the way that it has been prescribed to you, please do that accordingly. Koshish kare, himmat kare sab log. From now on, I want everybody, I have a list now, I'm going to ask you guys, how much time do you spend in your dhikr? Individually, I'm going to ask you. So please, sab log mehnat kare iske upar, theek hai? Sorry. The first thing, zikr. Please do your ma'mulat. Koshish karni hai. Bahut zyada. Second thing that's needed in order to become a human being is the sohbat of righteous. Sohbat of the people of Allah Ta'ala who have spent their lives, spent their time in doing zikr, and they have spent their time in the sohbat of the mashayikh, of their shaykh, and people who have spent their time in doing mujahadas, struggle with their nafs, and their teachers have said that they have become better humans, relatively speaking. Let's put it that way. Okay? In other words, have given them ijazat and khilaf. So, to spend time in their sohbat, very important. Okay? People who are bad and who are in the way, UAE, mashallah, you guys do spend time, but please make sure that you don't slip. Because it's very easy to slip. I can tell you, I've seen people slipping from very high up there to the ground. Never trust yourself. कभी भी अपने ऊपर एतमाद नहीं करना कि जी मैं तो पहुंच गया हूं. जिस दिन ये सोचा ना कि मैं पहुंच गया हूं, बस उस दिन आप जमीन पे पहुंच गए. I'm telling you that. बहुत serious बात कर रहा हूं. The day that you think that I have reached a certain level, that day you will fall on the ground. I can tell you this takabbur, arrogance is such a deadly sin, such a deadly disease. Allah Ta'ala does not let that person stay at that place. मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, लिख के बता रहा हूँ, I can write it down for you. There are few sins that Allah Ta'ala also punishes for those sins in the dunya. कुछ गुनाह ऐसे होते हैं कि अल्लाह ताला उस गुनाह की सजा दुनिया में भी देते हैं. उनमें से एक तकब्बुर है. One of them is arrogance. Second is being rude to one's parents. कोई बदतमीजी करता है ना अपने वालिदैन के साथ, अल्लाह ताला उसकी सजा दुनिया में भी देते हैं. बहुत खतरनाक बीमारी है. Very deadly sins. Please be careful about these two. Especially. Of course, lekin takabbur, the day that pride comes into your heart, that day is the start of your decline. If you think I'm better than people, oh mashallah, I've reached a certain level, mashallah, I do a lot of zikr, mashallah, I spend an hour in muraqabah, mashallah, I do this, I do that. The day you start thinking that you have become better, that day is the start of your decline, and if you do not do tawbah right away, then you can actually fall on the ground. You cannot blame anybody but your own self. I've experienced that in my life. Myself. मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, tell you a secret. Subhanallah, it's very common phenomena. Once you start, ghaflat की जिंदगी गुजार रहे थे, living a life of heedlessness. Allah Ta'ala gave tawfiq. Allah Ta'ala gave us the company of good people. MashaAllah, got hooked up with Shaykh Hussain in Chicago. Life started changing, and then, MashaAllah, I was thinking, look at another person, he doesn't even do this. But that thought did come into my mind. To be very honest. I can tell you my kafiyat. Allah Ta'ala gave me a lot of kafiyat. I'm just sharing it with you. I will go into my prayers and I'm cut off from the dunya. I have so much depth in my prayers, alhamdulillah. But I thought about that as my kafiyat have been seized. Bilkul. Went through a very tough time. Very tough time. I went and I cried in front of Hazrat. Long time ago. I can tell you, kafiyat, Allah Ta'ala will take away your kafiyat. Allah Ta'ala can take away. Of course not will. Allah Ta'ala does whatever He wants, but Allah Ta'ala can take away your kafiyat. Allah Ta'ala can take away everything. Or nobody will lose, but we ourselves will lose. मैं choose करूँगा, आप choose करेंगे. Please, अगर कोई वसवसा आए, any वसवसा comes into your head, कि I'm becoming better, I'm doing this, I pray every prayer in Jamaat with Tauqeer Ula, I do spend 1 hour in Muraqabah, I'm going up in ilm, look at my marks, I've secured 80%, 90%, whatever, all हर चीज आ सकती है. Do tawbah. Astaghfirullah. You can't stop waswasa. ठीक है, waswasi को तो नहीं रोक सकते. वो तो शैतान डालेगा. That's his job. वो तो करेगा. That's what he will do. He has always been doing. He will continue doing it. Our job is astaghfirullah. Don't entertain those thoughts. बिल्कुल उन चीजों को अपने दिमाग के अंदर ठहराना नहीं है. We have to reject those. Remember that. ठीक है. So, please be consistent in coming. जो भी आप माशाल्लाह जुड़े हुए हैं, all of you are connected. Please be consistent in your hooking up. आते रहे, continue coming to the gatherings, continue doing whatever you're doing. If you're doing any khidmat, take it as a favor of Allah Ta'ala on you, that Allah Ta'ala is taking some khidmat from me. Alhamdulillah, I was not worthy. Ya Allah, how can I thank you that you chose me to do this small little khidmat? Allah ka shukr ada kare. If you think, oh wow, I'm doing this, gone. Allah Ta'ala can take it away. And Allah Ta'ala is not needy of us in order to get His work done. Right? We are needy of Allah Ta'ala that He chooses us. Allah ने काम कराना होगा, Allah तो कराएंगे. किसी और से कराएंगे. हम तो सबब बने हुए हैं ना. We are means. When Allah Ta'ala will have to get things done, He will get it done. He will choose somebody else. Allah Ta'ala doesn't need me. Allah Ta'ala doesn't need you. Allah Ta'ala does not need me. Allah को मेरी कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Do you think the deen is established because of me? Absolutely not. Allah को मेरी क्या जरूरत है? Who am I? Honestly. Right? So Allah, if I become arrogant, Allah Ta'ala will replace me. किसी और को ले आएंगे. Okay, you do it. You're not worthy. Get out. So please, be consistent. Never, ever, ever think that you have reached certain maqam, because we have not reached any maqam. Always do tawbah, always do istighfar, always be humble in yourself. अपने दिल को नीचा रखें, अपने नफ्स को नीचा रखें. Always keep yourself down. Always do tawbah, istighfar. Please be steadfast. और मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, don't rely on yourself. कभी भी अपने पर trust नहीं करें. कभी भी नहीं करें trust. Never trust yourself. Always think that you can fall down. Always think that you can fall down. Always think that you can fall down. Keep doing istighfar. Keep getting hooked up. Until, niyat should be until your death. Maut tak. Maut tak. I've seen people getting disconnected, and I've seen people nahi karo. And I've seen people even losing their fard prayers. Can you imagine? They're coming to that low level that start losing their fard. There cannot be a lower level than losing your fard prayers. लोगों को समझ नहीं आती है बात. इससे छोटा मकाम नहीं हो सकता कोई कि इंसान अपनी नमाजें छोड़ दे. I've seen a mufti who has topped his Dawra Hadith in, I will not take the name of the institution, and you will be shocked that which institution am I talking about. He taught the Dawra Hadith, and his brother came to me, who was also a mufti, and he told me that please make dua for my brother because he's not even praying all 5 prayers. It's a shock. It was a big shock. And subhanallah, Allah Ta'ala ऐसे तौफीक ले लेते हैं. कैसे तौफीक छीन सकते हैं? मुफ्ती बन गए, शेख बन गए, 10वें लेसन में पहुंच गए, or like 11th lesson, 12th lesson. So if you think you can reach some place, you can be actually tawfiq can be taken away. So isliye don't rely on yourself. Please keep coming to the gatherings. Extremely important to remain in the sohbat, and to take on the advices that are given and try to act upon that. कोशिश करें, कानों से सुना करें और को दिल में उतारा करें, और इस पे अमल करने की कोशिश किया करें. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि अब सुनी और बस अनसुनी कर दी. Try to bring that in your heart, whatever has been said, and try to act upon that. पहले दिन मैंने कहा था कि कोई नहीं जाएगा परमिशन के बगैर कहीं भी, फिर भी लोग गए बगैर परमिशन के. तो बात सुनी अनसुनी करने वाली बात है ना, that people still went out without permission. This is bad. And what was the point of telling them? So please, this reflects the personality. Okay, you actually don't make a struggle in doing whatever has been said. Okay. So number 1 was zikr. Number 2 was sohbat. कोशिश करनी है सोहबत में रहे. और number 3 is mujahada. Zikr is one and mujahada is something else. Because zikr gives you the strength. But, say for example, we have to go to the masjid. Right? It's like a 3-minute walk. We eat food so that we are feeling strong. But still we have to make a mujahada, take steps and go there. Right? अब कोई बंदा खाना खा के बैठ जाए, we eat food, कि हाँ जी, I have strength and I'll go to the masjid by myself. Will you ever go? You'll never go. You'll never reach the masjid. You have to take strength by eating food. Zikr is like food of the ruh. You get the strength of the ruh by doing zikr, but then you also have to make a struggle. कितने लोग हैं जी, मैं तो 1 घंटा मुराकबा करता हूँ, मैं तो 2 घंटे मुराकबा करता हूँ, मैं तो 3 घंटे मुराकबा करता हूँ, मैं तो ठीक ही नहीं हो रहा. So, अब ठीक है, good that you're doing 1, 2, 3 hours of murakabah, but you're not fixing yourself because you're not making a mujahida. मुजाहिदा नहीं कर रहे. मुजाहिदा ही है कि अब बीवी ने कुछ कह दिया, wife said something for example, and that's not very good. I mean, she might be saying things in a bad mood. We could have gotten upset, but our mujahida at that time is to control ourselves. Remember all of these advices what Hazrat Ji gave in last 7-8 days. उस पे सोचे उसके बारे में. Oh, I have to control myself. I don't have to say anything bad. I have to cool myself down. I don't have to express my anger. I don't have to say anything. This is mujahida. Now that zikr will inshallah help you in controlling yourself, but we have to do mujahada. मेहनत तो करनी है, we have to struggle. ठीक है, इस चीज को समझे. Don't be fooled by this thing that I do 3 hours of muraqabah and still I'm still the same as I was 2 years ago. Well, you have to do mujahada. Zikr will help you. A person without zikr and a person with zikr, the difference is, inshallah, it will be easy for this person who is doing zikr to control himself. कोशिश मेहनत करके अगर बाकी जिक्र कर रहे हैं, really doing zikr, inshallah, it'll be easier. लेकिन मुजाहिदा तो करना है. Initially it will be difficult. शुरू में मुश्किल होती है. लेकिन then when people keep on trying, everything comes under control. I can tell you that. I've seen people getting addicted to fulfilling their desires. Addiction. And people coming out of that 100%. Completely. They realize it's a sin, kabira. Got out of that. People getting angry. I've seen people getting very angry in small little things. Kept on doing mujahada. Alhamdulillah, now they control themselves. Bilkul nahi karte. Their akhlaq has improved. तो मेहनत करनी है. Please. इतनी दफा कह के थक गए हैं. Literally said it so many times. And I'm tired of saying that and still see people, not acting, not becoming humble. Still, as Hazrat was saying, you only say, I think, you deserve scolding, and you can see their faces getting changed. It's a sign that nafs is still the same strong, cruel, pathetic nafs as it was, because people are not making an effort. So please, mujahada bhi karna hai. ठीक है, सबको mujahada karna hai. This itikaf is very good because alhamdulillah it teaches us mujahada. It teaches a 3 hour sleep here, 1 hour there, 1 hour there, getting up early morning, eating despite the fact we don't like eating, sitting, knees hurting, back hurting. It's all good for the nafs. Very beneficial. बहुत इसका एक जो फायदा हो रहा है ना, जो हमें नजर नहीं आ रहा. That's a benefit that we are getting without seeing it, but it's helping us in controlling of our nafs. But we have to take it on. हमें यहाँ से इसको आगे लेके जाना है. समझ में आ रही है सबको कि नहीं आ रही? प्लीज मेहनत करें. अगर इंसान बनना है, you have to become humans, we have to do zikr. That's a food for the root. That's a strength, that's a fuel. To absolute necessity to sit in the company of the people of Allah. And number 3, absolutely necessary to do mujahada. And please improve your ikhlaq. To become a human means to improve your ikhlaq. Sab baatein jo ho rahi hai is to improve your ikhlaq. And it starts with your wife. It starts with your wife. Please be good with your wives. Please. I'm requesting, please be good with your wives. Unke saath acha saluk karna hai. You have to behave well with them. Some wives, literally, they are so scared. As if there is a slave in the house. Unko dar lag raha hota hai. They feel happy when the husband leaves. Just as they've gotten freedom for some time. Literally. मजाक नहीं कर रहा, seriously. ऐसा लगता है घर से शौहर जाता है ना, उनकी sigh of relief. Honestly. They're so happy that the husbands are going away for some time for work, 8 to 5 at least they're breathing. He cries. They know they'll come home and I'll be just so scared. We'll be so upset. We'll be so moody and every small little thing. कुछ कर ही नहीं सकती बेचारी. A pathetic husband and a pathetic human being. खैरुकुम li ahlihi. The best amongst you is the one who is best with his family. وَأَنَا خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِي. And Prophet ﷺ said that I'm the best amongst all of you with my family. And this was sunnat. दाढ़ी रख ली, बड़ी बड़ी हवा बांध के फिरती है, माशाल्लाह. ये हालत है घर में कि बीवी डर के रहती है. Subhan. Beard, amama, but pathetic character with our wives and families. Please give them room. Let them breathe. Let them breathe. इतनी सर के ऊपर चीजें सवार होती हैं, हैरानी होती है. कैसे एक इंसान की कैसे कहलाने के काबिल है? How can they even be called humans? Literally act like animals. Some people act like animals. Honestly. गुस्सा से यहाँ पे होता है. Get angry so quickly, small things can't control. The poor wife is tired, sleepy, goes to sleep. Get upset. There are some wives who want to, mashallah, what a beautiful bayan that he gave this morning about ilm of women. Women, they are learning ilm. Of course it demands. They have 2 kids, learning ilm, spend time with the kids. They spend time with the kids. Clean the house, cook the food, are busy in learning. And then she's tired and she sleeps early. Oh, why did you sleep early? Or they come back from home, from work, and then they want them to sit in front of them for 2 hours as a statue. Wasting time. खुद भी time waste करते हैं, खुद तो कुछ करना नहीं, उनको भी नहीं करने देते कुछ. Don't do anything for themselves, they don't even let them. Come Allah ke bando. Please support your wives. Inshallah, if you are not able to do anything, inshallah, just by you supporting them, you will get ajr of what they are doing. If they have passion, you support them. Please, become humans. Improve your akhlaq. Start with your families and friends and all what I've been saying. Be mindful. Don't be heedless. Look at what he's doing. What is he doing? What does he want? My friend is sick. Does he need anything? Do we have to take him to the hospital? Or do you need anything? Or looks like you're worried. Is everything okay? These are the concerns. थोड़ा जागे. Please गुनाहों से बचें. Stay away from sins. Do mujahada. ठीक है? Mujahada is number 3 in order to become human. ये हम बनने आए हैं. ठीक है? दिलों को साफ रखिए. Clean your hearts. Clean your hearts. कोई ill feelings, animosities, hasad, keena, bughaz. Why I'm not getting an opportunity? MashaAllah. There's 600 people here in Itikaf. Is everybody doing khidmat of Hazrat Ji? सारे लोग अंदर बैठे हुए और अब न कहीं मैंने करनी है. पहले तो उनको समझाएं 2 घंटे. You have to teach them for 2 hours. By the way, this has his medicine. This is, he takes it, once every 2 hours. This is what he does. MashaAllah. So we make an effort to teach them for 2 hours and then we have to train them for next 3 days. And in those 3 days, another 500 people are, they're getting upset. Why are we not getting a chance? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Right? It has to be one person. But people इनको सोचते नहीं है बस. Hasad, jealousy, ill feelings, animosities. Be humans, my friends. Come on. Think beyond yourself. So I'm taking some time, but this is the opportunity that I'm trying to use. So please become humans. यही इंसानियत है. ये इंसानियत है. लोगों का ख्याल करें. लोगों के बारे में सोचें. Think about people. And don't be jealous people. Don't just remove jealousy. Inshallah, I tell you one thing. I've always done this. Sisters have this issue more than men. They can get jealous very easily. If they see somebody, you're giving a tawajjuh to somebody and other person, why I'm not getting tawajjuh. Very common in women. Especially in the classroom, you're asking one person the question and the others are thinking why I'm not asked. I always tell people, first thing first, everybody has their maqam. Every person has their own place. Abdullah Taimur has his own place, Inam Sahib has his own place, Umar has his own place, Azad has his own place, Imran has his own place, Yunus has his own. Everybody has his own place. And I love every single one of you. Ye bhi likh lein. So that's why we're all here, right? We laugh, we joke, we eat together. Sometimes get scoldings as well. Sheikh as part of the game. Right? Lekin, I love every single one of you. Everybody has their maqam. Nobody can take anybody else's maqam. कोई किसी की जगह नहीं ले सकता. कोई भी किसी की जगह नहीं ले सकता. So getting jealous means that, it is jealousy. You go away, I want to come at your place. Right? This is pehli baat to, it eats every single good deed. Jealousy will eat the good deeds just like fire eats wood. Aisa hadith, meanings of that. So jitna kuch kiya, hasad ki wajah se sab khatam ho gaya. Whatever we did, because of jealousy, everything went away. So please don't be jealous people. Everybody has their maqam. Nobody can replace anybody. ठीक है? You try, whatever has been. See, the respect and the honor and the love of a person is increased by him acting on what is said. अगर मैं देखूं कि आप जिक्र ज्यादा कर रहे हैं, आप अपने इखलाक को इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, आप जो है मेहनत कर रहे हैं, when I see that you are progressing in your deen, you're trying to improve your ikhlaq, you're making a struggle, automatically it increases love. मोहब्बत खुद ही बढ़ जाती है. और मैं आपको ये भी बताऊं कि जो बंदा who is doubting here, उसकी मोहब्बत खुद ही कम हो जाती है. A person has issues, that is, his love decreases. If a person is making a struggle to become better, his love automatically increases. Allah Ta'ala puts love. So please, everybody has their maqam. Make an effort at your own place. Don't try to replace somebody. Okay? Don't try to replace anybody. Everybody can do their own khidmat. Everybody can do their own. You helping him is your khidmat. That's also khidmat. You're doing khidmat for Allah Ta'ala, right? So, you giving a ride to another person is your khidmat. You spending is your khidmat. Everybody is their khidmat. Okay? So Allah may Allah accept our khidmat, but we have to do it for the sake of Allah. But don't be jealous, people. Try to do khidmat. Whatever opportunity has been given to you, or you see an opportunity and you want to grab it. But do it for the sake of Allah at your place. Don't try to replace anybody. किसी को निकालना नहीं है. ठीक है? Please try to become humans. तो मेहनत करनी है. Let's struggle, right? Take home points. Zikr, sohbat, mujahada. ठीक है? Mujahada in leaving sins, improving our akhlaq. ठीक है? 3 take home points. मेहनत करनी है इनके ऊपर. Zikr में मेहनत करें. And inshallah ta'ala, whoever does zikr, then he gets the fruits. Allah ta'ala will give him fruits, inshallah. Lekin mehnat karni hai. Never be jealous, please. Never be jealous. Please make dua for others. If you see somebody progressing, make dua for him and also make dua, Ya Allah, please improve me as well. That's like he's improving. Just like he's improving. Ya Allah, please improve me also. He got mumtaz and wifaq, Ya Allah. Also increase me in my ilm, so that Ya Allah, I also am able to absorb. Don't get jealous. Oh, look, he studies for 1 hour and he grasps his, I study for 2, I'm not able to. Koi baat nahi. Alhamdulillah, feel happy for him. Uske liye to khush ho na. Apne liye mehnat kare, struggle for yourself, feel happy for him. Please, everybody should do that. Understood? Sabko? Samajh mein aa gayi? And as I said the other night, sorry, that's where I started from, other night. Goal is Allah. Nothing else. Koi aur maqsad nahi hai. ठीक है? There's no other goal. Goal is to become a better human for the sake of Allah Ta'ala, because Allah Ta'ala wants us to be humans. There's no other goal. The goal is not that I become a Shaykh, I become a Mufti, I become a Khalifa, I become this. This is not the goal. If somebody has any of these goals, then his actions can be null and void. That's another problem. Because there is no sincerity, there is no ikhlas. If there is no ikhlas, then their actions can be null and void. The goal kya hai? Allah Ta'ala. Or remember this, one of the beauties of taking guidance and giving your hand in the hand of a shaykh is that you have actually submitted your nafs to a shaykh. So now you're not following your nafs, but you are following the advices that you are given. So for example, Hazrat Ji today, he might have said, alright, you do lesson number 2 instead of 1. Alhamdulillah. If Hazrat Ji has kept you on lesson number 1, Alhamdulillah. Do your, usi mein mehnat kare. Samajh mein aa rahi hai? Yeah, don't have to feel bad about it. Sheikh, I have to make a struggle so that I do good in zikr. I increase in zikr, that's fine, but don't think that, oh, why I'm only on lesson number 1. You know how, I've told this to people, do you know how many years did I spend in lesson number 1? 3. I spent 3 years in lesson number 1. यहाँ तो 2 महीने के बाद लोग कहते हैं after 2 months, I'm still on lesson number 1 by the way. ठीक है. So what? Do it. It's like rusukh for ilm.
If you do your sarf nahat paki, if you be strong in your sarf and nahat, inshallah is going to help you all 8 years. But if you are weak in your sarf and nahat and you say, no, I want to move on, and it will remain weak. And you will not be able to do your higher books. Usme mehnat, usme mushkil hogi. Isi tarah se, just like that, if your lesson number 1 is strong, it will help you in the later lessons. Like if people keep on progressing on lessons and they're not strong on initial lessons, then they will have to struggle later on as well. It's all good. وَكُلَّ وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الْحُسْنَى. It's all good. Bilkul, ispe fikr prashn. Let's not worry about these things. Okay? Bilkul ispe nahi karna hai. The goal is Allah. Goal is nothing. Not khilafat, not becoming a mufti or having a title. And become Rijalullah. That's the biggest title. Rijalullah tulhihim tijaratum wala bay'un an zikrillah. This is what we have to become. Rijalullah. Mufti Shaykh nahi banne aaya main. ठीक है समझ में आ गई सबको चल इंशाल्लाह by the way आपकी दुआस got answered. Tonight is the Khilafat ceremony inshallah. So inshallah ta'ala there are few people who will be given the burden, responsibility of taking this message on. There are those people who have worked on themselves. There are those people who have struggled, have done zikr, they have been in sohbat, and they have done a lot of mujahidah. There are those people. And by the way, I tell you one more thing. There might be people who do all of these three, and they continue increasing, but not necessarily that they are given khilafat. Please understand this very well. Khilafat it means something and it does not mean anything as well. There are people who are very deep in their zikr, very close, deep in sohbat, and they're one of the best humans. Lekin they are not given khilafat. Now I can highlight to you. I can point to you people right here in the masjid. Look at this person, look at this person. Lesson number 30, lesson number 28, lesson number 26, yet he is not a shaykh. This khilafat and becoming a shaykh is sort of making somebody a manager. Some people, you might have seen in your companies, some are technically very expert. Their grades are very high. But they're not managers. Right? They're the SMEs, they're the subject matter experts. Everybody will go to them. They're so technically sound, but still they're not managers, they're not directors. Right? So just like that, there are many people who are experts in all of these zikr. They are, mashallah, very good humans, worked on themselves, spend a lot of time in sohbat, khidmat, mashallah, everything. Yet not khalifas. So khilafat is a management responsibility. It's a burden, extra burden. Or you do all of what you have been doing, plus go and tell people about it. Help people doing that. Right? Not everybody is made a khalifa. So please isko yaad rakhein. Some people will be given this extra burden, extra responsibility of becoming a shaykh and a khalifa. Right? So good for them, mashallah, but at the very same time, it's a huge burden, it's a huge responsibility. It's a huge, your life is gone, it's not yours anymore. It's all Allah Ta'ala's. Your family is not your priority, your children are not your priority anymore. Nothing is your priority anymore, but this work of deen is your priority. You have to spend your days and your nights in this. So, mashallah, if somebody is made a director and a manager, you congratulate him, mashallah. You have become a director of the company, but at the very same time you feel that, oh my God. He feels, oh my God, I've been made a director. If I flop, the whole company is going to flop. Right? So, but anyway, this is what it is. So inshallah it will happen tonight. So inshallah some people will be given this responsibility, and make dua to Allah, may Allah Ta'ala allow them to fulfill their responsibility. It's a huge responsibility. It's not a small thing. It's not a small thing. बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है. Huge responsibility. That's why people cry. You're made a director and you're so happy. You don't cry. Right? Here people cry when they are made khalifas. Why? Because they know what does it mean. Yes, a mountain has been put on their head and they're just getting crushed in them, under the weight of that. बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी. अब तो मामला is not my मामला and my CEO's मामला. It's between me and Allah. It's not like you're made a CEO for next 2 years and then you're going to retire and that's it, you sit back home and relax. It's until your death. No retirement. Retirement, there is retirement, but death is the retirement. So, I just wanted to let you know about that. Nobody should aim for that. Nobody should even think about that. Just learn to be humans for the sake of Allah. There will be many people, I can tell you, there will be many people on the day of judgment who will not be muftis, will not be sheikhs, who will not have any title. Just as Shaykh Abdul Rahman Sahib Mangera Sahib was saying in the Jummah, there'll be businessmen, there'll be laborers, there'll be sweepers. They will get higher ranks possibly than the sheikhs and the muftis. There'll be a alim who will be thrown into the fire, and there'll be a qasib working with his hands, used to work with his hand, and he'll be Habib of Allah Ta'ala. Al-Qasibu Habibullah. So, we are not after titles. We are after Allah. ठीक है? Please correct your intentions. Himmat kare, mehnat kare, zikr kare, remain in sohbat, make an effort, do khidmat, do mujahada, work on yourself inshallah ta'ala, and please, goal is Allah. Jazakumullah. Ji Kamal Sahab, kya sawal tha aapka?
Yes, I wanted to ask you, like, if you want to work towards nafs mutmainna, I know it's a big thing. In today's day and age, how do you go about doing it?
Same thing. This is being a human being becomes better. So these are the stages of human, right? Mm-hmm. An evil human, and a relatively better human, and the best human. So basically it's the nafs ammara to lawwama to mutmainna. So yahi kaam hai. Yahi cheezein karni hai. Inshallah, we'll get there. Even if you don't get there, remember one more thing. Even if you don't get there, as far you're traveling, you're making a struggle, and if you die in the middle, Allah Ta'ala will inshallah raise you from amongst those people who have achieved the destination, inshallah. Lekin rasta nahi chhodna.
Even if you are there, you can't think, as you said.
You can't think. I can tell you.
You can't think you will reach that.
Let's share you one thing. I don't know if I should share, but let me tell you. Every year I come on itikaf, and without any exaggeration, I feel that I'm the worst person sitting there. Last night Hazrat Ji was saying, mentioning that story of Musa alayhi salam, that the person who is sinning, he should stand up and leave so that the mercy comes on the rest. If it is said in this itikaf that first person stand up and leave so that the mercy comes, I would stand up and I would leave. Honestly. Without any exaggeration, I'll stand up and I'll leave. But as far as inshallah, you're on the road, that's the point, that's what I'm saying. You have to stand, be there. Rasta nahi chhodna. As far as you're walking, you're there, slipping, falling, getting up, slipping, falling, getting up, crawling, whatever. As far as we are on the road, inshallah, Allah Ta'ala will, we have hope from the mercy of Allah Ta'ala, then inshallah He will count us from amongst those people who have actually reached the destination. Inshallah.
I remember from our visit last year that you said that the goal is to get the Noor of Nisbat. And my wrong was I thought that once someone has gotten the goal, gotten the Noor of Nisbat, then Allah Ta'ala helps that person, and then it's very difficult.
So last year I said that the goal is Noor of Nisbat. Noor, first thing first, Noor of Nisbat does not mean Khilafat. Noor of Nisbat does not mean Khilafat. When people do get Khilafat, they do get the Noor of Nisbat, but the Khilafat again does not get the Noor of Nisbat. When people keep on struggling, doing all of these three things that I mentioned, they do get the Noor of Nisbat at one point. Whenever their heart is clean enough to absorb that, to get that Noor, they do get that Noor. But it does not mean Khilafat. Okay? Yaad rakhega inshallah. Yes, but that also, it's all one and the same thing. The Noor of the Nisbat actually, it means that your heart is pure enough to get the Noor. It means that you have achieved a certain state in your humanity in struggling for being a good human. It's all one and the same thing. And then yes, once you achieve that, then inshallah, Allah Ta'ala's, His mother, His mercy, it's more. Because you've already struggled to a level, and then inshallah Allah Ta'ala sees now that you have been struggling, you have been consistent, you have been steadfast, you have been working, and Allah's mercy now comes in. Of course Allah's mercy has always been there, but now that special help comes, और फिर आगे की मंजिलें relatively आसान हो जाती हैं. जी.
The question was, I understand that if someone has been given a khilafat, he would have definitely have a mood of himself, right? And you just mentioned that it's possible even for Shaykh to slip to a level that they are not even this great following their whatever the necessary things that. How does then the meaning of mood of himself protect? I thought,
Question is that if I said last year that if you get the nur of nisbat and Allah's special help comes to him, then how can a Shaykh slip? I said a Shaykh can also slip. We all know the story. It's a true story of Hadrat Abdullah Undulusi Rahmatullah alayh, right? You know about his story. Such a huge Shaykh. The Shaykh of Wala Shibli Rahmatullah alayh. Big Shaykh of Baghdad. It's about 200 Hijrah. I'm not going into the story, it's a long story, but he actually sort of lost Iman. Right? Jisko nahi pata story, padhe. Kya halat hogi unki? It's such a big Shaykh. Huge. He had thousands and thousands of murideen, but this person is grazing pig. This person lost Quran, lost Hadith, got washed out from his memory. It's such a huge dip, such a huge slip. What happens? Where does the help of Allah come now? The question is. The help of Allah comes. Shaykh can't slip if he does not take care of himself. But one thing that we have experienced, that Allah Ta'ala gives him tawfiq of tawbah. Usko tawbah ki tawfiq zarur mil jati hai. You don't want to slip to that level. Right? It's not, let me experience my dip and my slip, and then no. One thing, Hazrat also writes this into Sabab al-Suluk. A Shaykh can slip if he, say, arrogance come in him, or he starts thinking of himself better than others, etc. He can slip, lekin Allah usko tawbah ki tawfiq de dete. Allah Ta'ala gives him tawfiq of tawbah and he gets up again. This is where the special help is coming. Normal people may not get up. But if one gets a nur of nisbat, then Allah Ta'ala gives him tawfiq of getting up. Jazakumullah. Ji.
If someone say you look like Hafiz or you look like actor, so what should answer this to them? Because it feels like.
Why do we have to answer? Why do we have to answer? Then why do we have to answer? The question is, you said somebody says to you, look like an Hafiz. Ignore. Why do I have to answer? What answer? क्यों जवाब देना? ना दे जवाब. और आपको पता है अपनी हकीकत. You know your reality, right? If somebody says to me, Mufti Sahab, I know I'm not a Mufti. Right? तो उससे मेरा क्या फर्क पड़ा? मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा उससे? मैं चुप कर जाऊंगा. I will ignore his title and I'll answer what he will be asking for if I know. But I know I'm not a Mufti. तो उससे मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ा? What difference did it make to me? If somebody says, oh, you look like Hafiz, you know I'm not a Hafiz. So what difference did it make to me? तो इसीलिए तो अपनी हकीकत को जानना चाहिए. We all need to know our reality. How pathetic are we? Where do we stand? That's why we need to, these majalis, they help to tell us about our reality. तो जब अपनी हकीकत पता चल जाएगी, भी लोग तारीफ करते रहे, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? आप मुझे जो मर्जी कहें. मुझे पता है, अल्लाह को पता है मेरी हकीकत, मुझे पता है मेरी हकीकत. Allah knows my reality, I know my reality. Subhanallah. There's so much to. But having said that, I'm talking about everybody. They should think like that. Last point before we leave. All of the mashayikh out there, including Hazrat, they all think like that, the way that I'm saying. Many times Hazrat has actually said in dua that, Ya Allah, I'm the biggest sinner and meri wajah se don't deprive anybody from, right? Everybody thinks like that. But for me and you, we have to take every shaykh, and especially our shaykh, as the best person on the face of the earth. And when we go, for example, people come to shaykh, their shaykh and say, this is my issue, what should I do? Why have we gone to that person? Because of a guman, an opinion that whatever he's going to say, Allah Ta'ala will put barakat in that. He's thinking, he has his own domain. He's working in there. You don't need to worry about that. Lekin, for me, going to him and asking him, I go with an opinion that jo bhi mujhe kahenge, whatever he's going to tell me, Allah Ta'ala will put barakat in that. And because of our guman, our opinion of that person, Allah Ta'ala will indeed put barakat in that. Understand? Allah Ta'ala, if we have doubts, pata nahi, maybe not. Oh, you are saying that, but why are you saying that? I'm sorry, I don't agree to what you are saying. I don't think that's going to work out. Alright, then there's nothing. Theek hai, aapki marzi. Phir kyun mera waqt zaya karne aaya tha? Why did you come to waste my time? Understand it? If you can't, we should try and go and with a opinion, with a yaqeen, with a certainty, with a guman, that I'm taking mashwara, he's going to tell me something, and it will have barakat. I can guarantee you that Allah Ta'ala will put barakat in that. And you should think that this Shaykh of mine is the best person, and he's a wali of Allah, and he is the, he has read maqamat, and this should be our guman for our Shaykh. So the way we think about our Shaykh should be different, and the way the Shaykh or Mufti or whoever thinks about himself, that's different. That's his. What I have highlighted, because it does come to people, I'm on lesson number 7, I'm on 10, I'm on 12, I'm on 11, I'm on 8, I'm on 6, and everybody. So that's why I've been telling you what I've been telling you. This should be our state. As far as our Shaykh is concerned, we should take mashwaras. There's barakat in mashwaras, but it has to come with certainties. We should not feel shy from taking mashwaras, because it will have barakat, inshallah ta'ala. And also, we should take him as the wali of Allah ta'ala. You have to take him. For us, he is the